Hello, 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 ladies. It's Siobhan Goodwin here with day 5 of our 7 days of self-awareness challenge. All right. So y'all like my new office in the car? I've been liking my new spot in the car. Anyway, it's spring break. The kids out of school. Our plans got pushed all the way back out of our control. So they are on one. That's what I call it, on one. They crunk and running around and everything. But anyway, it's okay. I just want to say I am glad that it rained today, because where I'm at in Georgia, the pollen is horrible. The pollen is horrible. That's why I couldn't even put on my contacts today. I just wanted to let my eyes rest. So I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this pouring down of rain, because my poor eyes, my face, and my chest, we needed it. I needed it. But anyway, let's get into this day 5 of self-awareness. Make sure you have your journals, your pen, your writing utensil, a mirror, and a quiet spot, some quiet time for you. All right, so self-awareness, comprehensive knowledge of oneself, comprehensive knowledge of yourself, understanding yourself, comprehensive, understanding the context of yourself, breaking yourself down, understanding how you work, what makes you do what you do. All right. So are you in alignment with yourself and your standards? Is yourself in alignment with your standards or your values? You know, we have standards and we have values that we put out there into the world, but are you yourself in alignment with those? Why do you have your standards? Why do you have your values? Where did they come from? Where did they derive from? You know, when we find ourselves, when you find yourself being very judgmental of others, you're going to find yourself being very judgmental of yourself. And a lot of times we don't know that, because our actions, we're just going throughout our day and our mind is going and our emotions are going. And we don't identify with it. We just react to certain situations the way we're used to reacting. We respond to certain situations the way we're used to responding, but you're not self-aware of what you're actually doing. You're just going through the motions, right? Okay, so you don't see it as you being a judge mentally to yourself. But if you find yourself being very judgmental of others, you are very judgmental to yourself as well, because that's a characteristic that you have developed and you don't even realize that you're being judgmental towards yourself, right? But what you do is you tuck the part of that for instance, whatever it is that you're being judgmental towards yourself about, the reason you're not aware of it is because you tuck it away. You hide it. You displace it. You dismember it. You think you dismembered it, but you didn't. That's like getting a cut or a wound and it getting infected, and you're not treating it properly. You're just putting something over it. You're covering it up, but you don't realize it. You don't realize those judgmental parts. Those parts of yourself that you are judgmental about, that you are tucking them away so you don't have to deal with it, right? So we go through the day with little awareness of what we are doing, all right? So our minds creates a blueprint for our emotions, the way we respond to the things that we tuck away. So what does that look like? That looks like going shopping, because I don't want to deal with this part of me right now, so I'm just going to ignore it, because I don't know how to respond to it. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't like the way it makes me feel, but I don't know how to deal with it. I don't even know why I'm feeling this way. I don't know what brings it about, so I'm just going to go shopping. Or I'm just going to sit here and eat a tub of ice cream. I'm going to get on social media all day and see what I can point out about other people that makes me feel better about myself. That's you running away from you being judgmental to yourself. Okay? So this is something I want you all to do in addition to the question for day 5. I want you to make an observation about yourself. Okay? Make an observation about yourself. For instance, I'm going to give you an example for this. All right. Make an observation about yourself. Okay, so me, y'all know, I talk. I get on here, I do these videos. I love to talk. Even if I'm like not doing a video, like I think I talk too much sometimes. People, they be like, shut up. But you know, I still talk. Even if it's early in the morning, I want to find something to talk about. I like to talk. So, but example I want to give you is I have been doing this for years. And I have just recently, the last 2021, started to actually listen to myself. I would never listen to anything somebody recorded, anything, any of my video, anything. I would not listen to myself because I didn't like the sound of my voice. I didn't like the sound of my voice because I'm very loud. I'm very loud. And also, I get so excited about what I'm talking about because I'm very passionate about what I do. And my mind goes faster than my mouth. So I'm always getting tongue-tied. I always put a word where it doesn't belong, but I know what I'm trying to say. And I know you probably have caught it, but I don't erase any of my stuff purposely. I put it out there purposely because guess what? I'm human and you're human too. And it's okay. We don't have to live in this perfect world. Okay, but I like Claire Huxtable on the Cosbys. I like Oprah Winfrey. I like Michelle Obama. And guess what? They are so polished. They are so polished. So I observed myself, and I didn't like to listen to myself because I was loud, because I'm not as polished as they are. So one or two things. I had to make a decision. Me not liking to listen to myself because I'm loud and I'm not polished. I had to decide, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I had to decide for me. I couldn't allow what other people thought was a good thing or bad thing about how I sound or how I project myself on my videos. I had to decide that for myself. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Right? So I had to make the decision. See, the thing is, when we judge ourselves about something about ourselves, if we think that if we judge ourselves as something that we observe about ourselves and we decide that is something that's bad, it becomes impossible. It becomes impossible for us to accept it or that part of ourselves. I'm going to repeat this again. Make an observation of yourself. Whatever it is. I wanted to use as an example, me observing myself doing videos, speaking. That was an observation of myself because I'm putting myself out here to the world. And if I don't want to look at my own self, listen to my own self, how can I expect somebody else to want to, right? So I had to make a decision. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? The observation I made about myself. Me being loud, me not being as polished as the people that I admire. If I had determined that observation, the way I sound, the way I present myself wasn't polished enough, and if I had decided that was a bad thing, that would have become impossible. I would have judged myself in such a way that I would have made that impossible for something that I could accept about me or a part of myself. So I had to ask myself what I want. And the way that you do this, I took the judgment off of it. I stopped judging myself. Because first of all, even though I admired these women, you know, I love their style. I love how they present their stuff. I love the way they talk. I love their authority. I love their influence, you know, but I'm not them. I'm Siobhan Goodwin, right? So I had to take the judgment off of it. Okay? Because if I had judged myself to the point where that's bad, you wouldn't be seeing this video right now because I would have stopped. It would have been ceased. Done. Over. Okay? So I had to make a decision. What do I want and why? Why am I doing what I'm doing? I'm doing what I'm doing because it is my purpose. I want to help women through what I had to learn how to go through myself. If I can help women to not go through some things, if I can help bring some women out of some things, that's what I'm going to do by any means necessary, because that's what I was created to do. That's not the only thing I was created to do, but that's one of the biggest things that I was created to do. So what do I have to do? I took the, okay? And then I had to, when I took the judgment off of what I observed about myself, it's not that it's impossible to do what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not impossible. It can be fixed. But if I kept judging myself as being something bad, I wouldn't see it as something that could be fixed or rectified. So what did I do? I decided to get me a coach to help me speak through these things. I'm still not where I want to be or where I will be. But guess what I discovered about myself? It's meant for me to be loud. I'm supposed to be loud. I have authoritative voice. I have authoritative personality. I'm meant to be loud. See, when we take the judgment off of the things that we observe about ourselves, it opens up a door for you to discover something about yourself. But when you keep that judgment on yourself, when you stay judgmental of yourself, that is a doorway to allow the enemy to keep a stronghold on you, to keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing in this earth, to keep you from moving from point A to point Z, to halt you in your journey, to stop you in your journey, to keep you stagnant, to keep you in a pit, a sinking sand, like a pit, like you can't move. That is giving the enemy access when you are judgmental on yourself. And we don't realize it because we tuck it away, not knowingly. That is why it's so important for us to do these self-awareness exercises and become more self-aware. As you go throughout the day, I know you're thinking about different things you do and why, your mind is going, you becoming more self-aware. Your mind is just not on autopilot. Your mind didn't, the blueprint that your mind formed to react to your emotions, how they react, is going to be drew up over, redrawn, reprinted. Okay, so anyway, quickly, because I've been on here longer than I anticipated. Question, day 5. What scares you the most? What scares me the most? What scares me the most? So, as you know, every question I have been given to you, when you answer that question, 3 reasons why. Whatever your answer is, 3 reasons why. And remember, when you're writing in your journal, you don't have to turn this into me. You don't have to write this on the blackboard in front of the class. You don't have to show anybody. Like, don't be cute. Don't be cute. Be for real. Be serious with yourself. Be truthful with yourself. Don't put something that sound good. Oh, I wonder what they put on their paper. This ain't that type of activity. This is something for you. This is for you to grow. This is for you to be in control of yourself and not the world and everything else that comes upon you in the world. Different things in the environment that affect you in this world to control you. You are in control of you. You understand you. And there's no better way to work something than when you understand how to work it yourself. Because you can't call somebody like I call my kids how to work the remote to the Roku thing and say, how I work this emotion. You need to understand you. You need to understand how you work. So you would thrive in this world. So you would thrive in your dreams. So you would thrive in your journey. So you will go get that girl. So you will be the best woman that you supposed to be. All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I know this video is long, but it's okay. I love y'all. And remember, girl, go get her.